defense. There you go.
Let's go, Kareem!
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K, everybody. Tonight, the New Orleans Center. Well, for the Warriors, they're excited about this one and will be laying it all on the line. The intensity, palpable. Two top-caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle. So right around the halfway mark, we're starting to see MVP candidates emerge. Shaq, you won that honor back in 2000, putting up tremendous numbers.
Yeah, I had a career high in averages, points, and assists, and that was the year of my first.
The fog pouring across the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Bay Area tonight. We're just about set for action. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. And on tap tonight, it's the Golden State Warriors going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Hey, Dave.
Well,
All right, thanks, DA. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Davis.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, they've got Anthony Davis. Thomas Satoransky is out there with Paul George. Then there's Jeremy Grant, and it's Baines in at the 5 down low. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Whiteside is out there with Brook Lopez, and it's KD in at the 3.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
Curry against Satoransky. Baines with the block. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. George.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Here's Satoransky. The big dunk at the end of the break.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greggy lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Here's Curry. Count it.
The floater is a tough shot, and Stephen Curry has mastered it.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. George against Thompson. Davis gets a wide open look. And it's off from three-point range. The Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Timberwolves at Target Center.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
It was really that second wave in the rotation that took the offense to another level.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's George. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George against Thompson. Pass to Curry. There's the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And New Orleans will go the other way with it.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. The drive by Thompson. Shoots over Satoransky.
He's a guy with all-star talent. It's been a long road for Whiteside, but he has a chance now to do something special.
It's his first trip to the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
The first one falls.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's George. And Whiteside sends it back.
With that long wingspan, Hassan Whiteside saying, no, not in my house.
George against Thompson. And Thompson sends it back. KD with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
6 to shoot. High post Lopez. Davis is there. The shot's good from Lopez. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Passes it to Grant. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Warriors trail. KD looking around. Thompson outside. Pass to Lopez. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Smitty, the increased pace of the game, how does that affect players, you think, trying to get through the season in terms of, say, fatigue?
You know, I think for the teams that those coaches understand, they do a great job of playing 10, 11, 12 guys throughout the season. It usually bodes well. It's those organizations that's going 6, 7, only 8 deep. You see those guys start to fatigue, and any injury, then you really see it shows up on paper and on the floor when you're not a deep team. One area the Warriors have stood out is their chemistry. Last season, we saw they were tested. On-court arguments, some tension, but this team too locked in to let that persist.
And Steve, to what extent do you think that KD's free agency rumors affected the Warriors?
You know, I think it was a big part of it because everybody was talking. It was a lot of chatter for the first time we have seen with the Golden State Warriors team. Even when he got hurt in the playoffs, all you heard was, are they better without him? No. When you're at the top, there's a lot of noise. Tuning that out becomes critical because he knows he makes a living at the line. He invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
And a fast break now for the Pelicans. The feed to George. It's stolen by Curry. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Curry.
This is where Curry's excellent. Ball in hand, making decisions.
Satoransky finds Baines. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Now here's Satoransky. At the elbow, it's George. Rejected by Whiteside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. And so it's New Orleans with it. Shot clock at 6. Grant kicks to Satoransky. Shoots over Curry.
Stephen Curry with the hustle play on the defense.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
The grace, the athleticism. Most bigs could not have pulled that off, but AD makes it look easy.
And here's Thompson, who's coming off a 13-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. From the baseline, and it's Golden State with another.
Great feel for the game. Curry likes this shot when he doesn't want to take it to the rim.
Left side, Davis. Lopez with the block. Now Curry, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Davis against Lopez. Releases from 15. That doesn't go either for Davis.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Outside, KD. The teardrop falls in.
With his long strides, Durant can gather at the three-point line and still get all the way to the rim.
Here's Satoransky. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Davis. They get the rebound.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Durant with it. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Curry outside, hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Stephen Curry's catch-and-shoot jump shot is one of the quickest in the league.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Back to George. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Satoransky against Curry. And the pass to KD. Shoots over Grant. Pelicans pull it in. Baines has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Satoransky. Outside, Davis. Buries it from three-point range. He has 7.
And this is Alvin Gentry's 4th stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league, a decade coaching in college, worked for and with so many legendary coaches, he's seen it all.
Timeout called the Warriors. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Damian Jones is checked in for Whiteside. Daniel Tice comes in for Brook Lopez. Bembry's checked in for Thompson. And it's Mills in for Steph Curry. And Holiday, here we go. It's deflected, and he recovers it. With the second effort, it's rebounded by Tice.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the court.
Mills can't hit. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And the basket by Pascal.
That's next level stuff from AD. One of the great scorers in the game. He draws the eyes of the defense and locates the open man.
Pass to Jones. And here is KD. Up top, Tice. He kicks to Mills. Trying to get something going. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Ray, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin
a basketball dynasty in one generation.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Mills looking it over. It's Jones on the wing. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Bembry. Drains the three-pointer.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Pelicans leading by 4. Now Holiday turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Pass to Pascal. 4 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity, and Jones sends it back. Another block. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
New Orleans gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Loads it up for Davis. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 4-point game. And Mills kicks to Durant. Pass to Jones. Bucket is good.
Very unselfish. Durant running the play all the way through. More than happy to facilitate.
Holiday looking over the floor. Over Mills. Here's Davis. Good D by Jones.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Up top, Mills, guarded by Holiday. Mills passes to Bembry. Back to Mills. To the middle. Here's Tice. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Temple kicks to Holiday. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Davis. Here's Temple. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's tipped, but he gets it back. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. And Kevin Durant provided insight into the chemistry of a team full of competitors.
You know, it's times where we argue and times where...
And the mix of personalities on this team plays a big part in what makes them tick.
Different voices, all committed to winning. And I think within that mix, Durant is able to find his place and his voice.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Pelican 5 right now. Young is out there with Davis. Then it's Garrett Temple. Then it's Holiday. And it's Pascal in at the 3 slot. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Mills passes to KD. A miss that time would have put him up.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Pass to Pascal. Back to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Over Tice. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And 11 points for Anthony Davis.
Fantastic job by AD. Eyeing the clock, keeping calm. As always, excellent play.
Mills dishes to KD. No good on that one. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
And Mills kicks to KD. Over Temple. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. A jump hook. Again, the Pelicans score. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
You look back, in the 7 seasons, the Pelicans have been better than average defensively. They've made the playoffs 6 times. The other 10 seasons, only 1 playoff appearance. Defense has been the difference.
The 3 from Mills. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And this is where Mills kills you. Tremendous range.
Passes it to Temple. And here is Davis. Over Jones. Again, the Pelicans score. Well, the Pelicans falling off last season at the defensive end. Smitty, what's the key for them getting back on track?
They've got to do a better job of contesting three-point shots. They were awful. Also, cutting down on turnovers would enable them to get back defensively.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Different look here for the Warriors. Whiteside's checked in for Jones. Lopez comes in for Daniel Tice. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry subbed in for Patty Mills. Bembry kicks to Curry. Pass to Whiteside. Fades and shoots. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And George with this stuff.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Knocked loose. And oh, here we go with Thomas. Nobody back. And Thomas with the stuff.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Thompson passes to Bembry. Just 5 to shoot. On the pass to Lopez. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. In the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Outside, George. Pass to Diallo. 5 on the clock. Over Lopez. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now it's an 11-point Pelican lead. Curry looking around. Passes to Bembry to stop the run. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Bembry's got 9.
Well, this is what Curry gives you. He can handle it, score it, pass it, the full menu.
Teardrop shot. Here's Holiday. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Hassan Whiteside. For New Orleans, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And with all the uncertainty in New Orleans last season, Drew Holiday staying focused on winning games.
You know, Kevin, with everything he's been through, whether it's his injuries, his wife dealing with her own health scare, it gives you perspective on things.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Warriors. Stolen by Holiday. Lays it in off the breakaway. Holiday's got the lead up to 12 now for New Orleans.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Curry way outside. Pelicans pull it in. Baines has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Whiteside, the pass to Curry. Pass to KD. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Holiday finds Thomas. Back to Holiday. Unloads from 13. That one rolling around and rims out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Thompson. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Feeds to George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Curry against Holiday. And again, it's the Warriors missing. New Orleans leading by 16. And there's the pass to Baines. Outside for Thomas. Over Thompson. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Here's George. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Tipped away. KD's shot is good.
Defensively, you can't give Durant this kind of look and expect to get a stop.
And so George will bring it up for New Orleans. From 20 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Good work there as it goes. KD's got 4 this quarter.
When you've played with some of the best scorers in the history of the game, you learn to facilitate. Terrific pass by Klay Thompson.
Holiday dishes to Thomas. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Warriors trail by 12. And a deep 3 from Curry. And the lead is down inside single digits. Curry's got 10 points.
I mean, a pull-up, Jay, that is awesome to get a chance to see him on the floor, stopping on a dime, and pulling up.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Now, here's Whiteside. He's guarded closely. Out to the wing. Here's Lopez. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Whiteside with it. Coming in off a 10-point game, his last outing. Lopez. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. You know, Steve, the 2018 rookie class really burst out onto the scene. What has impressed you most about that group?
I think a couple things, Kevin. First of all, they're very talented. They handle themselves extremely well off the court. But most of of those guys were able to last through the rookie wall and play pretty much 75 to 82 games.
Yeah, really put their fingerprints on their team, didn't they?
They did, and a lot of those guys are leaders.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Jones checked in for Whiteside. Daniel Tice comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Mills in for Kevin Durant. Pass to Jones. Back to Curry. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And 12 points for Steph Curry.
There have been a number of heat checks here for Curry, but he keeps on rolling.
Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Passes it to Curry. Over George. Curry can't get it to go.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Warriors trail by 13. Pass to Jones. Golden State moving the ball around. Again, Curry missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And he's able to get it back. Count it, good. Davis has got 8 here in the quarter.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
George against Curry. From deep. And that concludes the first half. Pelicans on top, up by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket. And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Durant is out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Whiteside in at the 5. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Clock at 6. Davis against Whiteside.
Once again, the disruptive defense of Whiteside. Staying active, staying connected.
Here's KD on target from 13 feet. Durant's got the first basket of the second half here for the Warriors.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Back to George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
So he gets them both. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Now, here's Satoransky. Grant outside. Trying to get open is Davis. Grant, that's good. Grant's got his second basket of the night.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Curry kicks to KD. Back to Curry from deep. It's rebounded by New Orleans. The pass to Satoransky. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget, Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
Pass to Curry. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Thompson against George. Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full-court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your five-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
And George drops them both. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 17. Pass to Curry. Inside. Here's Whiteside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, there's no doubt that Hassan Whiteside makes a major impact when he's on the floor. Great shot blocker, elite rebounder, and the exact presence you want from the center position.
And Smitty for Whiteside. Being on the floor, not always a guarantee. About 25 minutes a game the last few years.
And that seems low for him, but there are reasons. Sometimes it's foul trouble, or the matchup, or his free throws are an issue. All things considered, if he works at it, he can shore up a few of these areas and stay on the floor longer.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. New Orleans moving it around. Davis with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Here's George. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's 20 points for Paul George.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Durant, the pass to Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Satoransky finds George. To the paint and stolen by Whiteside. Curry against George. Outside Durant. Curry from deep three-point land. The long distance three is buried. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Here's George. That shot off. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Here's Thompson. Excellent D there from George.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And it's Davis missing.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And George kicks to Satoransky. Banked in off the glass.
Timeout.
Satoransky's got his second bucket tonight.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Young's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Curry. Softly drops in the floater. Curry's got 20.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
George against Thompson. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
Look at Curry. He's in the lead, sitting at #1 in the West.
Clearly a fan favorite, and they're giving him the highest praise possible on their ballot.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
It's Young on the wing. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Garrett Temple has checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Satoransky. Here's George, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Pass to Whiteside. Holiday against Curry. There's the pass to Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Here is Whiteside. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Outside Holiday. No good on the three.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And for the Warriors, 5 straight finals appearances, something that hasn't been done since Bill Russell's Celtics of the 60s.
And those 5 appearances, Greg, produced 3 titles and was close to another one. Last year's finals not ending the way they wanted. Injuries certainly played a role. We'll see if they can make it back this season.
Curry on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Shot left block, and the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Durant.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Young against Lopez. And it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
KD passes to Curry. They get a hand on it. From deep three-point range, a shot missing. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They led by as many as 18 points. And it's slammed in by Davis.
AD could have laid that one up, but that's not the statement he just made.
Holiday against Curry. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by New Orleans. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Thompson throws it down.
That basket doesn't happen without the hustle from Thompson there in transition. He is a beast at finishing fast break chances.
Holiday against Curry. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Curry with the bounce pass. Fires at the elbow. And the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Klay Thompson.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Thomas dishes to Holiday. Shoots over Mills. Tries to keep it alive. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, so far, his cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Davis, the pass to Holiday. Back to Davis. And they double up Davis. Holiday inside the line. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
On the wing, Holiday. Thomas against Thompson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Second free throw, no good.
And the Pelicans under head coach Alvin Gentry, a team that looks to get out and run.
Reason why, GA, he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix when the pace and space trend was just getting started. Also on the bench for the Warriors, and we know how they like to get up and down. That up-tempo style is what he preaches.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So many different aspects to Curry's game. You know, we've talked about his ability to get to the free throw line.
Check Diallo, he's checked in for Garrett Temple. Holiday, no stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Thompson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
The Golden State Warriors, so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season slipping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, some coasting can occur.
From 12 feet out, that one goes in. Thomas got 5 now.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Now here is Holiday, covered by Mills. And Holiday kicks to Thomas. Up top, Diallo. And Holiday has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing, and he gets the jumper to drop. And now it's a 12-point New Orleans lead.
I'll tell you, Holiday moves so smoothly. Good job of creating space off the pick.
Jones looking for an opening. Curry's shot is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Shot from free throw range. It's good. 14 points for Jrue Holiday.
We know Jrue likes to get to the rim, but he's developed a mid-range jumper for when the defense is playing him that way.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Aaron Baines. Jeremy Grant.
16 seconds left to play in the third.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Oh, what a shot!
Wow, what a shot. And listen to this.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over.
All right, guys, remember what we said now.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Warriors trail by 9. So for New Orleans right now, Thomas Satoransky is out there with Holiday. Then there's Grant. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Pascal in at the 4. Grant, that's good.
Hey, keep the ball moving. Holiday showing good leadership, running the offense all the way through.
And here's Mills. Pass to Thompson. Jacks up a 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Here's Baines. Holiday with it. Jones covering. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Just 2 to shoot.
Textbook defense from Klay Thompson did a real nice job of contesting the shot and sliding his feet on the shooters.
And too long on the shot. Pelicans leading by 8. Right side Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Baines with the block. Now Satoransky. He feeds it to Baines, and the basket is good. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Patty Mills. They swipe it. And Holiday has it in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 6 assists now in the game. Thompson against Grant. Thompson dishes to Curry. Hits the 3-point bomb. Curry's got 29 in the game.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Down low, here's Pascal. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Thompson passes to Tice. The feed now to Curry. Lets it go with the 3. And another three for Golden State.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
To the inside. Here's Satoransky, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And the Warriors making a change here. Lopez is checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. George is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses.
And the Warriors last season, the sixth team in NBA history, and really the first since the mid-'70s to have 5 All-Stars from the previous season.
They were a team for the ages. We knew they couldn't afford to keep them all together. That lineup stands up against any team in history.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Curry passes to Tice. Here's Thompson. Baines with the block. Grant, right side. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
No good on that one.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
Whiteside's checked in for Daniel Tice. And he's good on the second. Well, Smitty, the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
And the shot goes in. George has got 10 points here in the second half.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Whiteside finds Durant. Some solid defense from Grant.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Passes it to Satoransky. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside.
At the line, Thomas Satoransky.
And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time. Thompson with it. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock in under 10 seconds from here on out.
Curry's shot is off. And so Satoransky will bring it up for New Orleans. They led by as many as 18 points. Pass to Pascal. Satoransky with it. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Good. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Satoransky against Curry. Fires the 3. Lets it go from deep. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Curry. Curry's got assist number 8 now on the night. George looking over the floor. Here's Baines. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. And the Pelicans get it back. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
The pass to Grant. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against the Trailblazers in Portland. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Denver Nuggets.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Grant outside. Curry brings the double. Pass to Pascal. George against Thompson. Now here's George. Defense is right there. Curry against Satoransky. Curry kicks to Thompson. Now here's Whiteside. And Grant sends it back. Satoransky looking around. Passes it to George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry. First free throw is good.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Davis is checked in for the Pelicans. And he makes both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Warriors trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the basket by Curry.
Defensively, you think you've closed the airspace, but Steph is very resourceful.
Thompson against George. A shot that time, not on target. Good D by Thompson. Lopez outside. Curry finds Whiteside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Pushing the action, Whiteside catches the defender a little out of position and draws the foul.
At the line for the Warriors, Hassan Whiteside.
First one falls for him.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Pelicans leading by 10. Davis surveying the floor. The Warriors pull it in. Durant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Grant outside. Knocks it loose. Durant with it. Now defended by Grant. Durant against Satoransky. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Durant.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. You may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
You get this a lot from AD. Attack, attack, and he's scoring in bunches.
It's Curry outside. Knocks down the 3-ball. Curry's got 41.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
And here is Davis. To the paint. Now Durant. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Right side. Can't get it to fall. So Satoransky will bring it up for New Orleans. 2 points. That one goes. And the Pelicans lead by 9. Golden State running out of time. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Curry against Satoransky. And the basket by Curry.
Going deep into his bag of tricks. Steph beats good defense with a great move.
Satoransky against Curry. There's the double team from Whiteside. Satoransky the pass to Davis. The second chance effort. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 10 points here in the second half.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Curry.
Clutch shots, Stephen Curry. His teammates, they trust him in those situations.
Satoransky against Curry. Curry brings the double. Pass to Baines. 6 to shoot. No good from Grant.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Curry passes to Whiteside. Count it!
Getting involved when it counts. Whiteside getting it done.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. Outside, Davis. From the line, again, the Pelicans score.
This just in, AD is not going to buckle up and fold. He's unafraid of the moment.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
Outside for Durant. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
I mean, no hesitation in the clutch. Scoring the ball is second nature to KD.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're in front by 3. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Satoransky. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Davis kicks to Grant. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Curry kicks to KD. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.